Okay, I was just recording on OnlyFans, um, a clip explaining, and I'll explain some of it right now, but you can see it also on OnlyFans. Oh, by the way, I only have right now, I can't find, even though I've seen it throughout the day, um, the other show phone. So it's the one that I used like last week. Okay, but my other phone recorded like with the latex this morning. That's what I was explaining on OnlyFans. That because I used the broken one in the shower, it was like not working. Only like periodically, I put it in rice, put it outside, put it in the freezer to get like a little bit, and then finally it just like stopped. But I can see the screen. It plugs in, and there was that other time that it started working again like a day later because I have more from this morning. I just haven't been able to bring it up. Hello, Mr. Adderallis. How are you doing?
Well,
Another week, huh?
no, I got
What? Oh my god! I'm so that's some good news finally. Oh, how did you wrangle it?
I tried to get you, but
You did. I was like, oh. Well,
there is one thing. It's 15 milligrams. It's not the actual 30 milligrams. I
it's
gotta
something.
take 2 in the morning
Yeah.
and 1 at lunch.
Hey, you know what? Like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
It's like we
Yeah,
had
we will.
nothing. Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, you'll feel like your old self again.
I was sitting down having my dinner. I was having a pizza. My mother comes in with a bag for the pharmacy Walmart bag, and then all of a sudden, I just got excited with joy.
Aw, your mom, she got that for you. That's so great.
Hey, I gotta thank my mom. She called doctors at the doctors at the doctors. I mean, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks. I didn't have this.
Yeah, we were praying for it, and it came through. So I was saying on the OnlyFans, like, I can't be on too long tonight, which it's probably not going to get that many calls anyway because I know Pale's not here, and he asked me last week. He's like, "Can I call you next week? I want to do the trivia." But I guess he's working. John.
What trivia?
Remember, I was doing the sex trivia. I have it somewhere. Those like pockets where I'm like, I was quizzing like I think Jerry and Dwight last week about like sex things. But because basically my sister is dealing with a lot that I need to try to help her with right now, like with my mom's things and what to do with them and it's been like a lot in her and um I've been meaning to call her, but like I know it sounds weird to say like on the phone to you, but like I'm the type of person like I can feel awkward about that when I don't know if I'm like bothering someone. Like today when I called her earlier, like the other phone, it took me a while because like I had to go search her number where I had somewhere if it was even the right one. So I was calling and hoping like it's like some person gonna answer and be like, "Who the hell is this?" But it was her, and I was explaining like that it has to be like with this number for now because that phone's not working because I took in the shower to do this stuff this morning when I should have did a different phone or at least had a cover on it. And also the problem where it got so wet was mainly because uh my thing was so full data that I had to go in and like delete other things to have space. So that was like causing like being oh it went off again until so it would keep going off. I had to delete something else. Anyway, um, but that's the phone that I had been talking to her on that she's had that I've had for a while. You have that number too, actually. But that that's the situation. I need to talk to her tonight, but she's in the 3 hours behind zone and she was too tired last night. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys and then talk to her.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I want to talk to you about the other day's live stream when you were reading, and it got terminated I'm saying, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Because basically, Stella, the last few ones you read, all you were wearing were pantyhose. And I know bad for that because you weren't wearing no panties. And they were happy about that, and they weren't happy about that one.
Well, I mean, I wasn't showing the glorious, gorgeous masseuse. I know one of you knows who you are, and you wrote me last night, like, you'll like watch the date nights over, and you're watching a date night, and you're like, stop to say, your pussy is so beautiful and perfect, and so they like, it's like the best. But anyway, I'm not showing that on the YouTube. I like to be comfortable, like a little sexy, a little fun, but I don't think it was too much. I mean, especially you know that top from the other day. You know that it was topless because I was wearing it on YouTube, but I didn't show that. Or I'm sorry, on OnlyFans, but I didn't show that on YouTube. You know, but here's what I think. I think I got somebody there. Like I feel like I always had somebody at YouTube, somebody that worked there at Google or whatever that just like hated me, and I'm sure I still do. But maybe somebody there like actually like sees that I'm not like a horrible person or I've been through enough and I'm not blatantly trying to like, you know, like not using any words. Like I just the title and I am not looking to like anything with kids and that I'm really harmless. So I think just like staying in our bubble. So I don't know. My thinking is because I still have that warning that maybe somebody went in there and you know plausible deniability. They'd be like, let me stay in that video. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I like to think that somebody likes me because it's actually becomes. I mean, I try to tough it out. Like, yes, I know everybody hates me, but it's a nice feeling to think maybe not everybody hates me. Like maybe somebody there actually might be like a little guardian angel, he or she or whoever. That's my thinking.
All of y'all were my guardian angels that went through this Adderall hell.
Yeah. Well, medication being switched like that, it's so hard in your body and sends it further this loop, and you have to process your mental chemical change and hormones and your heart rate and stuff. It's like it's hard. I mean,
yeah.
I've been feeling for you.
I gotta switch my calendar. But I'm still talking.
What's wrong with your calendar? Behind one of those daily calendars.
Yeah, I changed it to
July.
July because you know what July is? That's my birthday.
Yes. Oh, we love a birthday month. Love a reason to
fly. July, my Chicago Bulls won its a guy who's been injured for the past months, or should I say year. Lonzo Ball.
I don't know who that is.
He's a basketball player.
People in sports get injured so much. It's always like sad, but also a little bit expected. Like a little comes with the territory. Like I would think that they were all like insured and have excellent health care because even just practice, it could happen. You know, I mean, I don't know how this person got injured, but I was saying even last night, like high schoolers, they actually say cheerleading is one of like the most injured sports. It's hard. I have a fly in my room that is so bothering me.
Marcus Stroman. I know who that guy is. All this.
I got this at the. I was almost at the thrift. Wake up your mind, Stell. At the grocery store, whipped honey. I got 2 of these like little jars. Samantha or Savannah Bee whipped honey. And I don't know what to do with it, but you better call back. It just got disconnected. I don't know what to do with it, but I was thinking of putting it like, can I use for like skincare or something, or put it on my feet? And I was thinking, no, am I gonna get? There he is. You hung up on me. Am I gonna
No,
get
it got cut off by mistake. Sorry.
Don't they say flies to honey? You know, I saw this necklace, and it's
bees to honey.
Well, don't they say you catch flies with honey but not vinegar or something? So
Yep.
I saw this pendant, and it's Winnie the Pooh, and he's like sticking his head like furiously into a thing of honey. Like you don't see his face, but it's like between his legs, and it's like dripping like this barrel of honey, and it looks like, I feel like it looks quite sexual that I almost wanted to buy it just for that. But then I already have like enough jewelry that I don't wear enough. I'm gonna try and tell myself, like, wear my makeup, practicing my artistry, you know, wearing my clothes like I found like I was wearing this morning. And you know why that was there? I was thinking, like, should I sell this? And it was on the couch. Like, I remember after I put on that weird hat this morning with a waffle in my mouth, and then I'm like,
yeah.
I saw that, and I'm like, oh, the pool. I'm like, well, not right now. The pool might be cold right now. I'm like, oh, next shower. So just like using my things and having my, like, all my ideas, like, you know, that makes me happy. But I do want to wear my jewelry more, but I already don't wear those enough that just to buy some perverted Winnie the Pooh thing. But I find honey to be like very sexual. Maybe because don't they call it like
sexual?
What?
Honey is sexual.
Well,
honey is sexual.
Isn't that what they call like when you put like a lady, right, to seduce them? I guess you could be like a man too. Like you could be like a boy. What do they call it? A honey trap? A honey pot? I'm close, right? Because if it has something to do with honey, then I'm gonna feel really embarrassed. But like, because the honey is, you know, I don't know, this like seduction. So I just thought honey trap and honey pot, yeah. But I've heard people say that, like, I'm trying to think of one that's like famous, but I kind of can't. But then I hear people say it sometimes, like usually it's like with like government secrets, like they'll honey trap. So like, let's pick like a politician. I don't want to say Joe Biden because he's married, but most politicians are. But then it'd be like, hey, I'm just a lady that is looking to offer you some of her honey. I don't know why I'm doing this. And then you get, I don't know, government secrets. I didn't hang up on you. Call back. It's Terry. Am I still live? Are you calling to tell me they cut me off? Oh, I didn't even have you on speaker. Hi, Terry.
Oh, I didn't even have you on speaker. Hi, Terry. I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm going to start singing Jingle Bells until you hear me. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle. What?
I can't hear you at all.
Not at all? Not even my horrible rendition of Jingle Bells? I can kind of hear myself.
Also, I'm listening to you through my tablet on YouTube.
I'm not having good luck with phones today. Aren't I? I don't know what to do. Well, I'll just have to try it again. I think that he just called because he heard honey and he's like, can I have some honey from my tea? What's this? Hello? Okay, I thought it might be you again. We got cut off twice.
There's nothing wrong with my cell phone. I don't know.
It's okay. At least you got your medicine. All right. Do you want to do a prayer?
Hold up. Let me try my cell phone one more time.
Okay. He's like, I can't hear you.
There's no ring. There's something wrong.
That's Terry. I can't hear you at all.
There's no ring in it. There's something wrong with my phone.
Yes.
But what were you saying to me about honey?
Oh, I was just saying like that I bought the honey for no reason except I found it sexual since I don't have any sex or anything. Like I'm very vulnerable to be preyed on by like big honey, by honey corporations, knowing that I'm so horny that I would buy their honey to, you know. Also, I've been very like in this, how do I explain it? Because I almost want to say embracing my femininity, but that sounds really like fucking stupid. Because when, like, so I feel like the way people use that nowadays is to mean like putting plastic in their bodies or something, like being more feminine and to do all drag. But really, what I mean is like loving myself for being like in the body I am, like when I wake up and like enjoying it. Like, remember when I did the video or a couple of them on OnlyFans, and I'm just like, this was like yesterday, the day before, maybe it was yesterday, like massaging my breasts, like.
I do remember there were the ones that you did this week that were so awesome, especially the ones with those pink panties.
Pink panties. Oh yes, you like the little lace.
Remember that message I sent?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you were saying something. I'm like, oh, I want to like those panties. So, but just kind of like you can get in a habit of waking up, looking at yourself, feeling in yourself, and then slowly build that habit of I don't like myself. Like I have this problem or this flaw. Like you go look in the mirror and see a hair out of place and just immediately to try to dry into like, oh, look at my stupid hair. Like, or look at, but I've gotten this feeling of embracing, like, I don't even want to say my womanhood, but it almost goes along with that because I am a woman. So for you, it's not embracing your manhood by like finding like anything that's like, so I'm gonna buy a Macho Man magazine of trucks and beer or something. It's not even that, but it's like like I am like whatever your heritage, whatever in like your skin and just enjoying it. Like it's weird. Like it's not like I'm playing a character like an anime character, but it's almost like
Stella, my phone is ringing on my cell phone. Get that call right now, okay?
Hello, who is this?
It's me.
You're so concerned with the phones. Like, did you got it right? Okay, so basically, like, even those videos where I just start like massaging my breast, I had this blueberry lotion, and I don't know what drew me to that, but I started doing them. Like, I'm gonna film this, so I'm like, topless, and just enjoying it for the enjoyment of these are my natural breasts, and like just embracing the fact like that this feels good and this is fun and enjoying them. And I feel like I'm in this era of like, and like even with the bathing suit I was wearing yesterday, like not criticize myself, just having fun. Like when I took it off after on OnlyFans and ran around and jumped in the pool and skinny dipped with you guys, like I guess I guess that's it.
You was having fun.
Yeah, having fun in your body and not. Yeah.
That means you wasn't having fun.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like embracing, enjoying the present and how you are presently. So like, yeah.
And Stella, when you did that, you shouldn't feel bad for yourself. You know, people get horny every day.
Mm.
Shit, I get horny. Everybody gets horny. And let me just say this: you shouldn't feel bad about it. If you want to get horny, get horny.
I thought you said.
But you just want one thing that you haven't had in a long time. You want somebody to have sex with you.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like intuitively, like I have like, but maybe that's part of like your hormonal systems working as they should for you and how like you are biologically.
Hey Stella, just think of the song. It's so horny.
I don't actually know that song as well as you, but
everybody.
Well, are you trying to break into song? Is that why you're saying that? Is this one of your song picks?
No.
Mm-hmm. It could be with like my mother's passing. Maybe I'm a little bit of my healing is like enjoying. People would say you look back and maybe regret not, kind of going along with a world that really does like advocate for you to find flaw in yourself. And I think that it really is like such a pleasure to like delight in your own body. And I kind of want to spread that message so that you guys do too with yourself, how you are, and be like, this is like feels good, and like, and enjoying yourself. And just like I feel like the world kind of like doesn't want you to. Wants to convince like there's something to, like, what if there's not like to be fixed? Like, what if you have reason to still celebrate yourself today, however that is? And yeah, so that's been a little bit like on me this week, and kind of a confidence in a different way, like about myself, where it's not a confidence of a natural joy in being alive and the way that I am.
Well, we love you, baby.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry if I'm not making too much sense today. I did take Xanax. I was well, you know what? If anyone out there, I know I said it.
Apologizing.
I know
I apologizing, Stella. We understand.
Well,
I understand.
I how do I say this? I know because I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm kind of like throwing this out if anybody's out there, even if you're not like in the chat. I when I get really stressed, like today, all of a sudden, happened with the phone. I know like was out with my sister, and like all at once, like the dog barking and barking. The whole guy was outside. I start yawning, but like aggressively, like to a point where I'm like, I could try to think of like one word, like to try to say to the dogs, stop, like, and it sounds like that, like an ambulance, like. I had to take that Xanax to try to calm my mind because I think it's a thing with your nerves, your heart, your oxygen, like something where it's a stress, a response, like you're so overwhelmed, in your brain. So anyway, I guess I wanted to say if anyone's ever gone through that or it does go through that, like if that's how your body is or has like reacted to stress. Yeah, because my God, it feels so isolating. Like it's bad enough I can get like the shaking and these, but to have the that yawning and it can go on and on. It was over half an hour, and that's when I decided to take it. I'm like, it's gonna make me sleepy for the show, and like I did it. I'm taking a nap, and I got up to do it. But that's why I'm saying if I'm not making sense a little bit, it's so that I'm not like this stream of a stream of me doing a stream of yawning. Yeah, a stream, meaning a continual. I can't hear you. You're just yawning, and it's really annoying, Stella. Like, yeah, sorry. So yeah, that's why you're getting me a little bit like with the tired, and I've been aggravated by that phone because wanting to post all that with the latex, because I know you guys are gonna love like what I have, but and I would have done more too, but it stopped working. But I do have more anyway. Um, But yeah, that would explain why if I'm a little bit off, but I still love you, and I wouldn't miss it for anything to hang out with you guys. So I'm gonna have a macadamia nut. You want to do a prayer? I need some sugar. I'm starving. I feel like I'll make a pizza after. But I have to clean my oven because I made a pizza the other day in the oven. Um, whatever like grease or something on the bottom, it burned off. Where I'm like, ugh. I literally took a pair of pantyhose because that's everywhere, and covered my mouth from the smoke. And that's not from last night, by the way. That's not what you're smelling. I had pizza the other day, so I have to clean it before I can make the pizza. But it's about all I have. So,
well, here's the prayer. Lord, these last 3 weeks were a living nightmare for me. I didn't have no Adderall. I was sleeping in my bed all day. Today, your prayer kind of true. I got Adderall, but I got to make 2 pills. Maybe it won't feel that night or after lunch. But I want to say thank you. I live with this. It's still, I'm not really fly when I go to my grandparents' house to see half on my birthday next Saturday. I want to know if Stella will let me call in during her date night next Saturday on my birthday.
Absolutely. You know what? Yeah. You can't sing though if it's on OnlyFans. You can't sing.
I know.
But if it would mean something to you, then yeah, sure. I wanted to say I thought there was something really beautiful that you thanked God for giving you your Adderall. And I thought that, wow, that was really beautiful because I never really think of that in the prayers. It's usually like, please protect, like, you and pray. But that it feels good to be thankful.
And I want to thank Stella and everyone for praying for me too. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Now for the
first
the wrench? Yeah. You don't have one? Let me give you one. Yeah. Let's give you one.
There might be a little bit of an extra one. A surprise one. But these 2 here, because it's summertime and
let's give Bob one.
Summer, but, well, since it's summertime, let's make it a summertime. Plums, please.
Is this Will Smith?
Yeah.
Keep my wife's name out your damn mouth. Sorry, I had to.
Summertime. Here it is, a food sight to transform. Just a bit of a break from the norm. Just a little something to break the monotony of all that hardcore dance that has got to be a little bit.
I still remember the night Terry told me that. He's like, did you, like, he slapped Chris Rock, and I was like,
ride, popping my seat here, let me run around and let's go to and lay back because it's summertime.
Summertime. I miss those old school videos too. Like he just had like the car and he's outside, like basketball, and it's like,
yeah.
Nowadays everything has to be like all this like computer graphics.
Back then I didn't really know what it was. I knew so did you understand the secrets of peeping at? At the time of the time what the good is rhyme for the summertime.
You see in my eyes, I did a pale blue on there. Reminds me of like the 70s. Who's that model that it always reminds me of? What's her name? From Love Story?
Straight me dead. Now I've been in the court yet. Hunter
She
to
was
the
very
mall.
tan.
Yeah, I got on sneaks, but I did a new pair. About that girl's eye. The
She
temperature's
dated
about 88. Hop in the water brown. So I say,
McGraw. Ally McGraw.
To the barbecue, the
Ally
started at
McGraw.
4. Then the brilliant. Then they bring their hits. And they do it around the smell for the barbecue the world time. Everybody playing hot top, little girls playing top, just playing double dutch. They sitting
Wow.
where the dude go through the
Not bring you back.
Union. Then 6 o'clock rolls around. You just finished wiping your car down. And then it goes to the summertime, the girl show. Everybody comes to the real fire. The lines. They're waxing. They're out there waxing. They do 2 miles an hour because everybody sees you. That's happening. There's just a new definition of summer madness.
That was so good. It really brought me back of like that summer feeling. I feel like we missed that. Like, it's so good in a season to feel that season. The fall to feel like your pumpkin spice latte. But summer is such a like a lovely time. Remember being out of school.
Yeah.
And like, well, I have memories of like having no like air conditioning because we were poor, and like I would just splash water in my face like during the day, you know, and then go in front of the fans where you're like, I am Darth Vader, or like Luke, I am your father, because you have to know your voice. Like it was.
Yep.
That's how I would just try to stay cool. Like I didn't have a pool growing up. Or sometimes you would splash water and then open the freezer like, and like the air of the freezer. Look, I grew up poor. That's what it is.
You know what? I call this a summer song, but it's one of our archives.
Archives, summer song.
Yeah. Feel it, baby.
Good vibration. Feel it, feel it. Little.
Come on, swing it.
Marky Mark.
Come on, swing it. Come on, swing it.
That good
vibration. 1, 2, 3. I did good. Sing that duet.
This isn't the duet. I thought the duet was Opposites Attract. Is that what this is?
Oh shit! I forgot.
Oh, you forgot the duet.
Oh, you know what? Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you for forgetting.
I gotta put your speaker for this.
I don't know the words. Let me look up the things you do for love. Hey Jerry, do you want to do a duet? Hold on, let me look up the lyrics.
Here we go. You ready?
Only one way of finding out. Is she singing?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I party all night, huh?
'cause I move slowly, and baby, I'm fast.
I like the show.
This is where I'm like,
get together, it gets all
works out. I take two steps back. Come together, 'cause it ain't fiction. I can't. I fall. Lovers makes the bed, and he steals the covers. A mess. I take it easy, baby. I get obsessed. She's got the money. He's always broke. I don't like cigarettes. I like to smoke.
You'll just stay alone.
But when we get together, we have nothing but fun. I take 2 steps back. We come together. It's a track. I feel like I should have played it on my end, but I don't have another phone.
That's what it is with mine, okay?
Okay, yeah.
I'm like the mother, just like the much. One going up, one's coming down, then the finger throws down from your towel. We did going with the right direction. You don't get into the right direction. Try,
Damn, my Adderall's working.
You and me doing everything wrong. Oh.
I don't think this is the right lyrics.
I did 2 steps back, yeah.
We come together, 'cause opposites attract. It ain't fiction, you know it's a fact. We come together, 'cause opposites attract. 2 steps forward. Opposites attract.
I do get forward. I do get back. We come together. Get in picture. You know it's a bad. We come together. We get forward. We get back.
You know what I'm thinking of? Like,
we come together. Come together.
I'm thinking of like.
You did excellent.
No, I didn't. I was saying I'm thinking of like one of those shows where they like battle, and one of them just like destroys the other one. That Adderall, you have like superpower, because I'm like, and you know what? You carried that performance, because like you weren't like, you're fucking it up out there. You
just song in 1989. That whole album was my favorite. It was every song on that album. What was number 1?
You know what? All Abdul say, straight up now, tell me, is it gonna be you and me together?
I'll sing that one I'll sing that one next Friday.
She is so cute.
Before I go, since you did the prayer for me this whole 3 weeks, it's only nice before I go to sing this.
Our song.
Mm-hmm. Just say thank you.
Thank you. We're so sweet.
For you, I give a lifetime of stability. Anything you want of me. Nothing is impossible for you. There are no words or ways to show my love, or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. 'Cause if life is no good alone, since we become one, I'm made ashamed. Everything I do now makes sense. All rose and all I do is for you.
You know what? You know what I like about hoodies? They have this built-in muff. It's like an old school. You know those muffs, like Victorian time ladies used to wear, and like when to keep their hands. Because like, what is the purpose if you put it in this as a pocket? Like, I'll put a macadamia nut in. Oh, it's probably gonna be filthy now.
I don't know.
It'll just fall out. It's literally, it's straight, just like, what is the point? Like, I could see if you had two pockets, but this is a muff. This is like a straight up, like an old timey, you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry. I love you, and I love your muffs.
You too, and I wanted to say thank you for the prayers and everything. Everybody, but for the prayers. I got Adderall.
Yes.
And just thank y'all for the prayers.
I'm so happy for him that he's got the Adderall. I mean, he was really struggling. Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Princess.
That's me. Where's my crown? I'm not feeling very princessy today.
Oh, you're always a princess.
How are you feeling? This summer, it was over 113 degrees today. Do you know that? That's why I was putting that phone outside. Like, come on, dry this. Put it in a bag of rice. I'm like, please. And you guys have no idea. Like, why didn't it occur to you that it was weird why they'd be like so far apart and then some of them quicker, and then like that's why. That was bothering me. Anyway, so I heard that I saw this on Twitter last night, and I haven't been able to like be on Twitter since. I don't know if they like changed it or whatever. Because maybe you have to have like a login. But I saw it trending or something that you can't go on porn sites in Virginia anymore, like, or like, because you have like an age verification. So I don't know if they like, I'm sure they didn't like ban pornography, but they made it like difficult. I was gonna ask Terry because I remember thinking like must have heard something about that like years ago on like Daily Mail or something, that they made it the same thing like in the UK where you'd have to have some kind of an ID or age verification, but it doesn't affect like with the OnlyFans because like you would have to have a credit card. You have to like prove like you're 18 anyway, so it wouldn't affect. Well, it wouldn't affect anywhere I go. I could just do OnlyFans and stuff, but I was just like wanted to know your opinion on that. You guys' opinion on if you think they should do the age verification or not. I think some people their problem is that the way they go about it is that you have to do a photo. I don't know if you guys like I had to when I got on the OnlyFans, but I think it's extra like if you're a creator, like they really want to prove like you are of age or you know that you are 18 or older. So I know I had to do the photo, do my license and all that. But what do you guys think about that? Have you heard that? Oh, it didn't happen in the UK? Maybe I misheard, but this would have been years ago. Because it's mainly like you have to say that you have to prove that you're over 18 because they don't want kids on it, like on either end. Like, but I guess like the exposure to those kind of things. I wonder if in Virginia like it has something to do with like being exposed to I don't want to say weird shit when I'm talking about trannies because is that like a hate crime?
You might be right. I mean,
I done went through a verification process after sending off my tax.
Oh.
So this day I'm still waiting on my money. But yeah, I think there's been talk about something like that. I didn't catch on much of it.
Well, it's just an age like verification law, but I guess it goes into effect July 1st. So some sites they were outright, I guess. I know I wasn't going on them, but I'm not in Virginia anyway. But they're outright saying like, we're just gonna not allow like if you're in Virginia because like maybe it would open them up to lawsuits like if they allowed someone that was a child to access or whatever. At some point you will say like, hold on, let me see, Virginia. Oh, kids being exposed to porn. I think that people are from two minds. Like they don't want to claim that it permanently harms kids because if people are already exposed, you don't want to be like, well, they're a write-off for the rest of their life. They're just like fucked up. You don't want to do that to a person, but at the same time, like, and then how could you study how it would affect kids without like horrible experiments? Like, all right, let's expose to like this kid to like all these like trannies and see if they turn out like, see if they kill themselves like later on. Like we don't want to do that. But I personally didn't see any until like I couldn't even watch rated R movies because in the nude parts, like I remember my mom because my mom loved the movie Pretty Woman, but like the scene where she's like on the piano or something, and I think like he like pulls her in or something. I didn't get to see that scene until later. Like my mom would get up and not to see this part, So it wasn't until I was 19 I saw it on the Playboy channel, and I was horrified. I did not think sex was like that. I didn't realize, and I still didn't because apparently it's not like that. And it was like, in my memory, the guy's thing is like, what? Where did you put that? But anyway, but I feel like it's not something that you need to see, but I feel like all kids would be curious. Like I was saying to Dwight how I was curious with the like Cosmo magazines and the little drawings, like I want to see that. But and how like with girls they go crazy with like boy band people. I used to smell the cologne ads in the magazine to smell like what a man would smell like. Yeah. But that's all like a curiosity. I feel like I'm not like really desiring it, but then that men jerk off to cartoons, like as like kind of like it's like you're weird, but I don't know how that would affect a developing brain. And then the argument is also like, what about violence? Life is can have this like, and then there's violent pornography. I think that was in the law. They were like, sadomasochism or was it sodomy too? Like I don't know.
What it was?
Kids see it anyway. No internet when I was a kid, and I turned out fine now. But I mean, I think that the problem isn't like kids, because I don't think anybody feels like this is something kids need. Like it's normal for a kid to be curious, but I think it's making it harder for the adults, where it's like I'm an adult, like.
I guess they got something with South Park where that episode where the kids went to a site and it didn't take much for them to verify that they were 18, even though there wasn't.
Oh, you just say like, "Are you over 18?" Yes, not like a picture or an ID or something.
And next thing you know, Eric's mom was up there.
Eric's mom? Who's that?
Anyway, I guess there's some point to be cracking down on that. But how I'm feeling is, I'm feeling you.
No, I just went up there. I went on the Virginia Reddit page, and this person says, I am a lifelong New Yorker who can't access hamsters hamsters because of this state's new anti-porn law. It's not anti-porn. I think it's full disclosure. I am a 20-something in New York City, posting this from my apartment in Queens. I was born in Manhattan and lived in Queens. But did they make it also age verification in New York too? Though I visited Virginia many times, particularly Richmond, which is why I'm mad as hell at your state today, especially your governor, Mr. Peach-faced fascist himself. Is that his name? That is a horrible name for a politician. The dishonorable what? Glenn Youngkin.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying.
Like a lot of 20-somethings, I get horny from time to time. Okay. This is getting weird. Sure, sue me for having a normal male and for being a normal male and a normal human being. I'm drafting a lawsuit right now. It's okay. Calm down. And I like a lot of 20-somethings. I hate this word. It's like because you're combining into one, but it's very long. And you really could just say people, I think everybody gets horny, right? Like I like jerking off. Okay, not everybody does that because I think jerking has to be like a jerking motion, and that's for the men. I think, right? Isn't the jerking when is it like a series of like, I don't know. If I was to go by the videos I've seen on OnlyFans that I've been sent by a couple people that really enjoy sharing with me, I think that they lay down and so it's a process of laying down and watching me and feeling good. Now, okay. So
someone stand up and
thank you.
At one point, their leg might buckle though. At one point, and then they fall
down. Okay.
Spaghetti legs.
Spaghetti. I felt like after the last date night, I get like, okay. So, where's the? Okay. Sue me. I like jerking off, and I am not ashamed to say so. Okay. It's Pride Month still, right? So.
That's what I'm saying. It's not now. You hear me? That's what it sounds like.
Did you get stuff done in your home? No, actually. I have a dishwasher out there still in the box because I haven't got the thing through. It needs to be replaced, so it's been a disaster. And I broke my sink. I heard that you got a friend that cuts you a deal on your clothes. I think that is so cool. Thank you. And you won't have to pay full price in the store. Well, I don't know the person's name or anything, but they're a reseller, and they're very nice to me because I try to be like a good buyer and give feedback right away, and I don't complain, and not there's anything to complain about, but some people, they can be nuts. And so I think we're like fond of each other because it's like very smooth when some people can be just, like I said, crazy. So I think he thinks of me and thinks of you guys when he's finding things like this and whatever. Like, so it is a good deal, and it saves me certainly with the time of going out because I don't have it lately because I would guilt myself so much about like I said with the thing with the sink and everything. But I am working on it. Anyway, what was I? Thank you for caring. Okay, something about jerking off. Hold on. Most boys in New York aren't. And I could do it without porn, but it's more fun with it. Prove it. So I click on X hamster. And what's the first thing I see? Question mark. This nonsense. And I think he has a link, but I'm not going to click it because if it's to a pornographic website, I don't trust that on my devices. I will say, like, I don't like that that porn club specifically, because on the porn club website, that was where I don't want to cry, but it's especially with my mom dying in hindsight, like I know like how much it affected her, that affected me, that when I was on like all those fucking medications and making me loopy, and that was when that guy from Instagram like demanded nudes because he was depressed, and then he went to Arthur and said that he put it on Porn Club, and then he and Arthur had called because he thought that he was going to be like okay with it, and Arthur was like, still, I still remember his voice, like this is why me and Arthur are so close, in part because he cared so much of what that would do to me, you know. And I've become more comfortable, like okay, like I'm out there, I embrace it, but for my mom to see me go through that, and then my mom to be dead, like it's so horrible to do to someone. But anyway, because it was put on that Porn Club website, and I didn't verify this was me, I wouldn't have done that. And to be spreading like they put pictures of my feet too. Like I always thought that was funny. But anyway, I hate that Porn Club because you have no verification about anything about me. That you allowed a crime to be committed against me, and then the horrible harassment that I faced after that by people. Like so, and it was just like the little things of me, like it was like a photo by myself, like with my phone, but because of that, I find them to be very unethical, and I feel very comfortable with being on OnlyFans or where I am now in my own choice, but for that to happen, so I don't have any sympathy for those people. But the hamster people, I don't know anything about. Like it could be the same way, but I don't know. But the Porn Club people, like, because I can't possibly be the only person that's happened to, and it's horrible. You know, I went to the police, and Arthur, it wasn't funny to him. He's like, Stella, I have to tell you this. I got this bad, and it was really bad. I mean, Arthur remembers it was really bad. So anyway,
This can be a mess.
let me be clear. I am a lifelong New Yorker trying to go onto X Hamster in New York City using a New York City IP address. But this, because he's been doing this in all caps. But this anti-porn law in Virginia is affecting my ability to access X Hamster in New York City. And I'm definitely not the only one here who's noticed that today. And my state probably isn't the only state seeing this either. So maybe he's upset because he did work in Virginia, or he's like, and his phone picks up as possibly being a resident, and so he would have to confirm age there. I don't know. Like I guess no one in my audience is in Virginia that could try this out. In other words, Virginia's law isn't just affecting Virginia; it's affecting the entire United States. I don't think that's true. I don't want to test that out though. Because of this law, nobody in the United States can freely access Hamster because of this state. And now the entire country is going to be mad at your governor and the people who voted for him. Listen, let's get real here. I think I'm qualified enough to say that porn and sex for pleasure in general is not evil for children or adults. Whoa. Whoa. Children, adults.
I think he's on some other some whole, what do you call it?
I don't know. He's upset.
Deep dark level of things.
But I think he's trying to make that argument because it's not anti-porn law; it's the age verification, and I'm partial. That's why I'm trying to get your guys' opinion, because I'm partial to the law for verification, because like I'm saying, if on that porn club site they could put me there with literally no idea my legally consenting to any of this, which literally was in writing when it was brought to the police. I am doing this to hurt her. I want to see her suffer. Like, he literally had that in writing, and he said, I will release everything of her if she doesn't talk to me again. That's what he was writing to Arthur. Yeah, it was so fucked up. And this is what people would go and watch. So I'm saying, if that could happen to me, how are they really verifying that kids aren't getting on there? Like, they didn't do it with me. I mean, that's why I'm kind of likely to believe them. So I can see his argument he's making is, well, it's not harmful, because I don't think he can make the argument that kids can't get on it, because I'm going to bet that they could. Let's see. And like kids, they might not be thinking right. Their brain is still developing. So what if they get like a picture of their classmate and they're like, I'm going to get revenge on Susie the bitch, and do like, and then there could be like ruin Susie's life or whatever. Like, that, you don't want to do that. But then the kid will regret it, and it's like, well, you can't take that back. Anyway, where were we? So he thinks it's okay for children. I disagree. New York City is one of the most sex positive cities on earth. I bet California will give you a run for your money. Porn is openly sold in our newsstands and delis. Is that true? Dwight, the deli? It really is a meat market.
It was probably at the time magazine that certain convenience stores.
Strip clubs and sex shops operate all over the city. We don't have any strip clubs in my county, but there is that one sex store that I go to sometimes. But things are so expensive that I really get toys like from you guys. But I got like that, I think one of those magic wands that you guys paid for me to get that there. And they have some lingerie, some pantyhose. It's like very for like women oriented, but it is one sex store. Parade all over the city, highly visible and well known. Public sex is a thing here? Really? Is that in New York? Public sex is a thing? I mean, I thought that was a kind of like a kink, but okay.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what part of New York are you living, buddy?
Unless somebody's unless the law is slacking.
Public, okay. And I've seen sexual activity in the subway at least twice. I wouldn't want to see that, though. Ads for the Museum of Sex are everywhere, and sexually flavored ads are quite visible on public transit. Some form of sex education done in our high schools, and our Department of Health is very frank and open about discussing sex. That's good, because I hear syphilis is on the rise. Even in my family-friendly neighborhood, I lived a short walk away from 2 profitable strip clubs. This guy, he's like trying to say, like, I'm an expert on all things. I know all of the things sex. Okay, just like quit. Like, if there's a Jeopardy on sex, like, call me, I'm in. Okay, we believe your expertise, but like, this is your argument. There's sex everywhere, so let the kids have it. Whatever. Okay, parent. Oh my God, he's talking about massage on my family-friendly neighborhood. Sure, I lived a short walk away from 2 profitable strip clubs. Went down in a crisis. Sex shops still going. Massage services. There's even one that has some popularity with our food delivery workers. Okay. The point is, this is the environment that I and millions of NYC kids grow up in. With how your governor talks, you'd think that us NYC kids would grow up to be craven perverts. I'm a pervert, but I'm not that, like, I'll not have sex on the subway pervert. That's kind of pervert. An NYC would be some dysfunctional sex sewer. Yet, as any visitor can testify, this is a functional place. And we're functional people, at the very least. We're no more perverted than you all are. This is a weird argument. Now, to be clear, are there varieties of porn that are socially unhealthy? Yes, absolutely. But this kind of prohibition isn't a solution. Not only does it take a sledgehammer to the First Amendment, oh my God, it will also accomplish nothing. By virtue of going through puberty, teens are wired for sex. I didn't have any, so hold on. They're gonna have sex either with themselves or with other people. They're gonna jerk or jill off. I think Terry said that's what they call that. Jill. They're gonna seek out sexual material. Hello, whatever happened to the Sears catalog? There's nothing you can do to stop this, because that's just the way that nature has wired them to act. Hey, we need to bring back the VHS tapes.
We're the parents and all this.
Yeah, we're the parents. This is a parent. Is he a parent?
As far as, their kids go.
Where? Oh man, where am I? Oh, is he gonna go on very long? I basically was just trying to read the first person's argument I could find, and then say to you guys, like, hey, do you agree with this? Like, where does your take? Because I don't. Like, I don't agree with this guy, because I feel like, like I said, because of what happened to me, there really should be more to stop that. There really should be. Like, I'm speaking as a victim. Like, obviously, like, I don't have anything against porn. Like, but I think they probably have a point. I mean, they're probably running into some problems. I don't know. I mean, have you guys ever seen anything that freaked you out that you were like, if a kid saw this, that would be really fucked up? Because, and I don't even mean like porn. Like, I mean, like, because there used to be forums. I've heard, I wasn't on them on Reddit, but they used to be like, literally watch people die. Like, videos of people like dying in accidents. And they're like, oh, they got rid of this forum. I'm like, oh my God, wow. Like, I don't think I could handle seeing somebody die. Okay, let me see.
That's nerve-wracking.
If some people wasn't there when to have it, but they want it. Proud bird. The girl rubbing horse shit. Yeah. That's not safe for kids to say. If kids started doing that and rubbing horse shit all over themselves, that would spread disease. Yeah, I would hose the kid off. Like, like my OnlyFans, it's 18 plus, but I don't see a problem with that. Like, I don't see a problem with that. I mean, what's up to me, people that are something to snuff it here.
free content. I mean, I think it's not even as far as a porn site that people say that they get out.
Well, it's not just that I'm a victim, it's that I have direct and personal knowledge of how, like, remember when I said about that video? I haven't seen that person in a while. Because I had to clear out my computer and forgot it. The person, Dr. K, was like a YouTube kind of like a psychologist, and he talked about in this category, like this revenge porn and stuff. It literally is like super high, like the reporting that you want to kill yourself and like how the damage it does to a person. And he was like angry, like you don't want to be like participating in like this is so harmful. So there's a doctor, like I'm just validating, like, yup, you do want to kill yourself. Yup, like incredibly hard, incredibly but either way, I know, like I can, if somebody was to say to you, like, if this person is saying that they didn't consent to it, like, I literally have the emails, like, Arthur literally has it was sent, like, to him. I'm committing this crime against her because I want to hurt her. Boom, here it is.
That's a chump.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's like a metaphor. It would be like, say there's like a restaurant in your community, and people are reporting getting sick from like the meat is like tainted or something, like they're sick, but you don't like know for sure. And you'd be like, oh, are you slandering the restaurant? Oh, and then the people are like, I like that restaurant. You know, I go to the restaurant all the time, and you guys could get sick anywhere. But if somebody goes there, they say, hey, I worked there. I saw it was like, hey, this meat is tainted. And the boss said, yeah, serve it to them anyway. You know, a little diarrhea never hurt anyone. Like, and they're saying, like, I know for a fact this is happening. On like personal knowledge, and then you tell the visitors there. I think that that's a reason for then the government maybe to get involved and say, okay, so we're going to have restaurant reviews now for cleanliness. We're going to have a routine checks, and you have to not sell contaminated food regularly, you know? So it's like, I'm not just saying like, you know, as somebody that got poisoned, I'm saying I literally know all of the steps and how there was nothing to help a victim from getting victimized. And it was only made easy. Like, take my name, my likeness, and hurt me in a way that brings me near suicide. And now, in the last couple of years of my mother's life, had to witness her daughter going through that before she dies. It's pretty fucked up.
Through the door. Now with that spiteful crap. And yeah, I'm not like bust through the door, FBI.
It's like, so yeah. Like, but I if you do you put a measure on the ballots or up for legislation if you're just saying, oh, you have to have checks on your meat, but if somebody's saying this is literally just to bother us, oh, we're not allowed to eat, do we not have a right in this country to eat what we want? But if you're like, literally, this is hurting people, and they've proven they're failing at this, so we have to, it's different. And I'm saying they are failing. Because they hurt me, and you can't take pain back. And I can't be the only one that's been hurt.
Well, I think guys like that is.
I feel like I am more of a victim than this 20-something New Yorker, king of the perverts.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Let's see the responses. I tapped out after a few paragraphs, so I apologize if you address this. But why are you getting Virginia message in New York? Yeah, I couldn't read the whole thing either. We are just as embarrassed by our governor as you are upset.
I ain't no phone.
Oh yeah, you are in Virginia, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I forgot. Like, did you even realize that?
Yeah. Not in the mountains though. Remember we were talking about the mountain?
It's two different conversations. Revenge videos and kids having access. No, that's okay. First of all, I'll go out and say, if you watched a video of somebody else's pain and suffering that led them to attempt suicide, I don't think that's great for you as a child to watch somebody's videos that led them to suicide. Like, okay, but how do you know that? Because I'm saying that? Because this is happening. Okay, so that combines the conversation. And the other thing is, we trust them to verify that people aren't getting on because their verification is so tight. And I'm saying they didn't bother verifying worth fuck that it was me consenting to it, because I didn't. It was literally admitted, and that this is a crime being committed against me. And I feel it's tainted for anyone to have watched that, especially, like, I don't even want to imagine if a kid was watching like that. That's horrible, but it could be worse though. At least it was just me, like, I always try to make my pain less, but it's like, it was bad. It was very bad. It was very dark for me. But I don't see the argument that the system is so secure, and yet, so you can trust that kids aren't getting that, but then also, so you don't need a law to make it any stricter. Yeah. That is not what I'm saying. What? Sorry, I get confused. To me, I feel like, but I could be wrong. Anyway, is there anything that you would like to say? I'll get another caller.
Yeah. I got a new phone.
They got a new phone. Yay! You do sound clearer. Louder.
Yeah, yesterday I dropped my phone and the screen got real scrambled and I couldn't. And I was. There's something inside me was like, you just got paid. Go get that. Go get
yes. Paid. No, you deserve it. That's wonderful. Having a new phone is so nice because, like, the screen works. Everything's faster, new. Oh, like the new doodads.
But don't get another speeding ticket.
No, that. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for listening to my nonsense.
I love you too.
All right, Terry. You can call, and I'll let you have it. Hard to explain things in the chat. Okay. Terry, go ahead. I see your masochism is on full display tonight. He says, at least I could hear you now. So so you want you want the kindergartners watching rape videos? Was that what you were saying? That was
no, that's
oh.
The original conversation started with them being blocked from being able to access anything. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Adults having to prove their age to get on.
Yeah.
So when they tried to do that here years ago, everybody went mad.
Oh, everybody. Everybody.
It was uproar.
You guys don't even have a First Amendment.
No, but their argument was that the government is pretty much fucking stupid and kids will use VPN and get around it in 3 seconds. And anybody else, adults, will have to use credit cards on these dodgy sites. and they're worried about financial information getting leaked and money being stolen and so on, so they didn't do it.
And how are the youths of your country now?
Pretty much the same as yours.
You have horrible youths, and so do we. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think then maybe then they'll find another way to do verification. Maybe just put in your license number. Like, wouldn't that work? You don't need a credit card, but your license. What?
Whenever that happened here, and they stopped doing it, their plan was to revisit it again later, but as yet they haven't, so they haven't come up with anything yet.
I remember there being an uproar. I remember there being an uproar when they found out the government was paying for porn.
The government was paying for
porn? But listen, this was years ago, and you know what it was? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna laugh. Okay, the government insurance that would cover a vasectomy. Now, when you get a vasectomy, you have to jerk the gills. Several clean suppositories, so they can check if there's like any guys getting through, So, but just like this poor man in New York, sometimes the poor guy has trouble without no nudie magazines of which to peruse. So the government would have to buy, like big jugs or whatever. And people like, but the guys were upset. They're like, look, we can't jerk off to any of these anyway. They're so bad. Like, I just need my wife. Like, this is so horrible. You can't. There's like nasty pages of shame,
That is.
So.
That's quite the story.
It's true. Look it up. It's true. This from years ago. And I guess now people have the cell phone. But yeah. But it's always. So what I'm saying is it's always a sketchy situation with the government. So if you're going to make the the statement about like being okay for kids, or there's a line there where it's like acceptable risk, then what do you make a kids only site? Like there's like a kids only Netflix, so the kids only porn is like a little less weird, or it has like clowns and guys dressed as Blue's Clues or something. Like that's fucking worse. Like, are we gonna analyze like, okay, so for the kids part, no.
What about all them porn sites are supposed to be 18 plus to go on them, but obviously the kiddies are not. But it's the parents can put blocks on the computer and all. They can put blocks on the phone. Be a parent, block it yourself. This shouldn't be up to the government to keep your kids bit of stuff.
Do you feel the same about like alcohol or like other things you could partake in as a kid that the government has no responsibility in?
The government already has made it 18 plus to buy it. It's up to it's up to the parents to stop the kids touching it.
Yeah, they made it 18 plus, just like the sites you say made it 18 plus. So if the government says that, but then takes the liability off of the store, and then say the store says, oh, it's a fill a bag sale, come on, and they fill a bag full of like cigarettes and like marijuana lollies or whatever, and they're like, all right, thanks. And it's like, well, it's up to the parents, and I'll let you in that store. Like, don't you think the government has some responsibility to be like, yeah.
If they get caught doing that, they'll be fined and possibly lose their license and close down.
Because they allowed them access?
Yes.
Or what do they put stack on top of each other and like a fake mustache and a trench coat? Yes, we are adults buying alcohol like normal adults.
You're reminding me of my youth.
How old are you? 53. Thank you, fellow adult. Like, I just mean, like, it's it's weird because I feel like it's a pretty liberal concept too. The idea of government regulating business. government regulating business to protect minors. I mean, that's like old school government right there. Progressive.
I see both sides of it. I'm only giving the other side of the argument for the sake of arguing, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? We're both not even parents. So,
no.
And you have the cat. Would you let him watch that? Other cats doing the nasty?
Damn right, I'm a great cat dad.
Damn right. You're gonna just let him watch pussy all day? Like, get a job. Go out there and catch a bird. What are you doing? What is this?
He can't tell on me. He can't speak.
He probably watches me with you.
No, he has never. No, maybe he has.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like it must be really hard. Like, I feel like the thing with kids is that it tends to be like in the peer group, what the other parents let the other kids do. It kind of bullies the other parent being like, you're too strict because the other person's mom, you know, they let them have this phone and all this. But then it gets so far along that you're like, what have we done? You know, maybe there is harm, you know.
So let me ask you this then. You're a mother. Your kid's 6 years old.
Where's my doll?
And all the friends are doing something. Do you cave to the little shit? Or do you stand strong?
Do you cave to the little shit? Can you say it like that again? Do you cave to the little shit?
Do you cave to the little shit?
I don't know. If he has like a cute accent like you, probably. Like, well, if he's asking for a cookie, but like in that accent, Mommy, can I have a cookie? Yeah. But no, like I would make my kid walk around in a bubble and like roll out, you know, the garage. Like they couldn't leave through the regular door. They had to roll out, put the bubble onto the garage. You know?
I think if you had a kid, maybe you would be like that for the first few years. And then you would be okay.
Oh, hey, Pale. We were just talking about that law in Virginia that you have to be 18 to like go on porn sites, and Terry was advocating for I don't know what, he's just being Terry.
You have to verify your age by giving personal information that can be stolen.
Mm-hmm. Or you know what? You know how like on the cigarette boxes when they came out with like you have to put on the package like people dying of emphysema, and they were like you know, like this is your lung on you know possibly if you've smoked this for you know however much. So you have to point out like on the like DVD box or whatever of porn, like, are you going to click on this? This is syphilis. This is herpes of the eyelid. You know, this is
honestly, on the cigarette boxes with the nasty lungs and whatnot doesn't matter, but if it was on porn, I think that would work because that would definitely make you soft.
This is a rupture titty. It's not real. Hey, this guy's titties aren't real. And wait till you see when he takes his skirt off. It causes kids to sneak around and steal their parents' pick your parents' pockets. What, for booze? And the more they do it, the more trouble they get into, and just make the kid want to do it. That's so. See, I always hear this argument, and I think John even said about like drinking that, like at a certain age, you know, like if they're gonna do it anyway, like it wasn't about that, but it was like, you know, because in some families, like, and they don't have a problem. It's like they have a normal experience with it, whatever. I've never drank alcohol, you know. I was a virgin all up until I was assaulted, and since then, so I feel like the argument doesn't really work on me because I don't apply to it. It's like, well, they're going to do it anyway. Well, I never smoked. I never. What did you say?
I do apply. It applies to me.
Oh, so your mom was like, Terry, I want you in bed by 8. And you're like, fuck you, mommy. I'm gonna watch South Park and learn mean words.
I was from about 14. I was given free rein to do pretty much whatever the fuck I liked, and I did. So.
What do you mean? Is this the England way?
I guess so. See, I've been able to drink since I was like 14 or 15.
Oh my god. Is that the stereotype of Irish people, or is it Scottish people?
No, it's pretty much the whole of the UK.
The whole
We have a bad reputation all through Europe. But I can remember the very first day. Most of the time, my best friend at the time, his parents had split up. And he was the youngest. And all his brothers and sisters had moved out. So they had this big, massive house with just him and his dad living in it.
Yeah.
And his dad did not give two shits about anything. And we were able to drink and do whatever. That was like our house. But I can remember I was 15 the first time I actually went home drunk. And I had my bike with me. And it was a bit of a mess getting from that house to my house. And I remember crashing into the front door. And then I think my mum said to me the next day, as soon as I crashed into the door, she didn't even have to look. She knew I was blocked. And that was it. It's been fine ever since.
I just dreamed up a scenario. It's like a script for like a romantic comedy where like you guys all come in a jar and we like shake it up and then go to the clinic, shoot it in, and whoever sperm makes it, that's whose child I have first or whatever. And then we know by the fact that it's such a weasel fucking asshole that it's you and your spawn. It's like, fuck yeah, I do what I want. I do what I want. Oh god, it was Terry, didn't it? His drunk little sperm made it through that jar. And now we're stuck with Well, we're gonna have to jerk off in the jar again. Maybe pale sperm can teach you how to play piano. What?
The artificial insemination part.
The artificial insemination. What's wrong with the old-fashioned way? What's
exactly my thinking. Exactly.
Sorry, I'm just reading you guys' comments. There's something I was gonna say, but shouldn't drink till they're 21. Just people's different cultures.
Bear in mind the drinking age is 18 over here.
Yeah,
that's a little different.
But also, because this is what I was gonna say, because you brought up a point about having a friend, and his dad was like, "Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna be in the other room getting drunk. Got a bag of brewskis." I love how your friend becomes American. Yep, go watch the game. But I didn't have any friends, so I think my inability to make friends, me being such a weirdo, and so unpopular. Maybe
let me
that.
ask you this then. Be honest.
Okay.
Am I your friend?
Yes, of course. But
is Peel your friend?
Yes.
Is Jerry your friend?
Yes.
John your friend? Goose your friend? So your inability to not make friends is not true anymore.
Am I 10? Am I 12? What did you say? 14? Am I 14? No. I will have always been into things very young for the group that, I like to watch little kid shows. I like to watch the Disney Channel. At 16, I was all about vampire. Well, I haven't seen Vampire Diaries, but at 16, I think I liked Hannah Montana. liked things that were like younger than the age group that would be into like, yeah, so while you're watching Hannah Montana, we're gonna be like having sex, getting drunk, like, but like, do you want to come over at my house? There's a marathon on the Disney Channel, you know, the Wizards of Waverly Place, like, and no, but I'm saying like this would be an inability, you know, with to get on with your peer group because you're not presenting as a peer.
I get it.
And I didn't know it interests me. Like, what about the boys? Like, I remember being asked by girls, they'll come to of my desk and be like, so, Stella, is there any boys that you like? Is there anybody that you like? And you're like, what do you mean? Like,
you're so cute.
I'm just like putting out there where you're saying like, oh, are we your friends? Yeah, but I mean, I think that are you gonna like what I'm about to say? No, I attract fellow oddballs. Like, well, I'm just saying, like, my own vulnerability, I think, helps other people like join in because I'm like openly admitting like I would watch Hannah Montana in high school and whatever. Like, so I think that
if you like it, you watch it.
Yeah, so it's that kind of thing, and I didn't have a confidence that I wasn't weird because I knew that I was. There's things like that, yeah. But I think that the friend group you get involved with that can not change the course of your life, but it can lead to activities you get into, like in good ways, you know, like music, start a band, sports, fun things.
You are the sum of the 5 closest people to you, or something like that.
Fila and Rex. Damn.
But they do say that, you know.
Odd as fuck here.
We're all adults here. And it's great. Wonderful place to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I should say.
Wonderful place to be because of you.
I don't judge people for like watching porn, obviously. But and I sympathize with it, like, if you're made to feel that way, or if it becomes really like impossible to, you know, like you have enough hard things in your life, like you have enough difficult things in your life, like bills and insurance, to make it be like, oh, I need another way that I can get hacked. Yeah, but I also think that if parents are supporting this, it is possible that there is a problem, and you have to address it somehow. Like, I mean, if there's a better solution, then try that way. Terry thinks, you know, Terry's handing out pamphlets outside the school.
Definitely not doing that.
Hey Terry, did you like my clips this morning?
I'm pretty sure you knew damn well.
Well, I know one of them got posted with that snap. I did that for you because you like the noises, that rubber, when it was wet, to go. I did that one for you.
Just whenever you were talking about them, whenever you were saying about you were uploading them, and then there's a big gap between time.
Yeah.
To the next one. I obviously thought that was strange, but
yeah.
I never have thought it was because your phone was.
Yes, because it's all cracked, and so from the chatter I kept getting in, and then especially with the having to get rid of videos, it was just allowed so much time for it to pour. And my fault, but it's worth it because they're cute.
It'll be fine.
I am an artist, and you know, you do things your own unique way. But
well, I'm not an art fan, but you're my.
Of course, you're an art fan. Everybody is an artist. You're very creative. I know that you are.
You think so?
Yeah, because you're clever and you like jokes, and to craft a joke, you have to be creative.
I love jokes. I like to smile.
I love
I
jokes.
Like to be.
Aw, yeah, Arthur's happy. All right, I'm gonna see if I have another call so I'm not on. What?
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for taking the call.
I love you, you pervert.
Right.
Creativity comes in a multitude of forms. And you know what's great? If you could find some way to like escape into a creative like project, like it could be like with the room, you know, like you want to rearrange your room or your closet, or like an idea and it can lead to another, and like I feel like it's a meditation. I feel you can zone it in a beautiful way. It's an access in your brain, but it shuts other things out, and you're in a zone that's, I think, is, it's not only healthy, but it's human. It's part of what's that special sauce that makes us human. And I think when you can connect to that in any way, you feel good because it's a spiritual practice. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Sorry. I'm a little bit tired. Let me have another gingerbread milk chocolate macadamia.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Well, I know you're tired. I don't want to keep you for long. I only have a little while anyway. I have to head back out.
Oh my God, it's pale. I didn't realize for a moment. What? You know what it is? Because you talk to me different when you're like, look at this bird. Look at in here. Like you have this like softer, like, I recorded a song for you.
I don't sound soft now.
No, not. I think because you've been working or you've been like around dudes that you're acting like burlier. You're like, yeah, I can't be on long, and I'm like,
no, I'm sorry. I'm having some trouble hearing you a little bit.
Oh.
And I'm obviously I sound different because I'm on a different phone.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like I use a flip phone for my everyday phone that I use like to talk and stuff, you know, make calls and that kind of thing, which is what I'm on now. And it's not very good, so I know it probably sounds a lot different. Yeah,
I was borderline thinking like, okay, who is this? Are they gonna like harass me? Like whatever, I'm ready for it. I was like, oh, it's Pale. And then look at they're all so happy to you. Jerry's like, Pale. No, he's not gonna harass me. I don't even know where my sex trivia thing is. Because I didn't think you'd make it tonight.
Oh, I didn't think I would either. I was just hoping like I said, I'm in between.
Bartending?
Yeah, I'm working like an after hours spot tonight. So
you're gonna be gone. You're gonna be gone tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sunday?
Possibly. I don't know. Sunday I might be able to get someone to cover. So
because okay, you have Netflix and you have Hulu, but you don't have HBO anymore.
No, I didn't have Netflix for a little while because that password sharing thing, I was using someone else's password. But I got it back.
That's so stupid. Well. It's like if you have a Mormon family with 36 kids and counting, that's okay. But you can't be like one other person. I'm like, and it's not like it's cheap. I think it's like, was it $20 or something? Like you can't have like one other person share it.
It's pretty ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, I feel almost like it's a waste for that to be just me. Like I'd almost want to share it. Like I did with my mom before she died, my Amazon Prime, so that she could watch a movie I rented, that The Woman King.
Yeah.
Mag, I don't feel like I was doing anything unethical or like.
Of course not.
Yeah, it's my mom. Yeah. She's in a different state, but it's my mom. Like, you watch a movie. Anyway, I was just checking because I feel like I haven't done in a while where I'd say to you guys after a show, we'd plan like, okay, let's watch this, so we're like ready for it, and you know, like But then I don't know like with what apps that you had, because I know that your I don't know if you call it your stepfather, your mom's husband.
Yeah,
was
I still use his Prime account actually.
Yeah, but he had like Showtime or something.
Yeah, and but the way I have HBO is through my cable provider, which, as you know, I have massive problems with.
Oh yeah,
because of my, like it's a fucking constant headache with this company, and I wish I had an alternative, but because of where I live, I really don't. So, but anyway, I have HBO Max, which of course is just Max now. It's part of like a bundled thing with Showtime, and I don't want Showtime. I wish I could just cancel all of it and just sign up for Max separately, and I might be able to do that at some point later on. But Showtime is just terrible now. Like, there's fucking nothing on there that I want to see.
Yeah, I think there was like one show that I had signed up for, and then I think it was that I Love That For You. Was that on
Showtime? They canceled it.
Yeah, they canceled it, but that's the why I signed up. And then they would have like a movie ever so often, and I had it like through Amazon. And so it was like I wanted to watch that X and that like those weird horror movies. Yeah. But I've gone on lately and like, because what I will do, and I'll be like, all right, let me see if I can find something to watch. And I hate when it's like all this time and I'm like, how long have I been surfing, scrolling? Nothing.
Yeah.
And I know with the writer's strike, it's not going to be like.
It's going to be a long time. There's not going to be shit on next year. Like, really, it's going to be like a barren landscape as far as streaming options, unless it's stuff that was already almost finished in production, because it's halted everything. So everything that was being made for an upcoming fall release isn't going to happen. I mean, I figured they'll probably cancel a lot of stuff, but like Showtime recently got wrapped into Paramount Plus, so it's part of now. If you have Paramount Plus, you also have Showtime, and they raise the price.
Oh my god, they keep changing things so much.
Yeah, it's this consolidation shit. No one wins in this, the consumer, the entertainment consumer doesn't. It's going to become like cable again. It feels like, to me, it seems ridiculous, but
where cable was like you have to pay for a zillion channels.
All that shit you don't want, like hundreds of channels, literally like
all these news channels you don't watch, and like whatever. Like you might want like one. I remember that I had a cable and the only thing I watched on it was the Home Shopping Network and Bravo. And I would have to have like 2 different like packages, I think, for that, and it was so much money. It was like $70-80 something a month, just on top of everything else for the channel package. But then you feel like it's like all these ones I don't even use.
Oh, I mean, my cable bill is completely insane per month. The charge for my cable plus internet.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah, and my service is awful. I mean, it's fucking dreadful. I can't count on it at all. And I've had long conversations with these people, different customer service reps online.
There has to be something that you can do, like your community.
Yeah, I mean, I think they realize that people in rural areas don't have options, and so I feel like they cynically capitalize on that.
Yeah.
But again, I've had those conversations with people I talk to. I keep myself in check, even though I've been hellishly angry multiple times dealing with this.
I'm at the point that I work around that. If I don't see you, like you'll usually tell me like if you're going to be working.
Yeah.
If you stop in, sometimes I'll be like, if I don't see you, I'll like, did he write me that he was working? And then I'll assume if it's a while, it could be that he doesn't have internet for the time, because that's how it works.
Unfortunately, that's a good default. I mean, if you happen to not see me, don't think the worst. Just realize that's most likely the case. It's either one, I'm completely away from my house where I have internet access, or I'm at home and I'm just screwed because, my fucking electricity's gone out or my cable's gone out yet again.
I have it
over and over. But
I have in my mind some movies I want to see, like when it comes on Disney Plus. I want to see The Little Mermaid. I want to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I want to see The Flash. I think that's like a Warner Brothers, so that might be on HBO or Max. It might be. I don't know where that ends up. There. I want to see that Bear show that you've been watching.
I know it's probably not for everyone, you know, and I think actually the second season is such a departure from the first that I feel like there's probably people who tried to watch the first one. They were like, oh my God, this is like, it's too chaotic for me. It's too much happening. It's like sensory overload.
Yeah.
See, for me personally, I don't go out to eat at restaurants anymore because it's a sensory overload experience to me. Like I have sensory perception issues that are heightened probably from years of psychedelic use, where sound and visual are super intense for me in crowded places.
Yeah, I'm the same way in terms of this like sensory overload, but I've never done any of that. I'm just
I was like that, you know, as a kid too.
I remember I went outside at this Mexican restaurant. It was last year. You know, I'd like to get like a place outside by myself, and obviously, and sit there, and there was like the view of the shops, and I remember because I think I would have recorded something of like my feet or something, or like my nachos, and
that was
the shaking came on, and that broke my heart because I was able to not for a while I was able to, for something about being in public, not be so bad like with the shaking. But when that happened, like if somebody, you know, the lady would come over and be like, do you want some more water? And just be like, no, like the shaking, or then the then you hear the clattering. But even if it's outside or then somebody, are they looking at me? And then you become hyper aware with the shaking, like, somebody watching me shake. Do they think I'm on drugs? I look so stupid, don't I? Like, and the overload, yeah. So yeah, but it's not from that. I think you probably naturally could have, you know, anxiety and stuff too that makes it worse. But whatever it is, I myself don't like, you know, well, it's not that I don't like going out to eat. I used to like going for lunch specials at the fisherman market, and you take your little paper plate and sit outside and get a little booth somewhere. But I guess maybe like, I guess I consider that like a luxury. Although nowadays, like with just going to like the Subway, it's like $20. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess in my mind, I have like a fantasy of going on like a date one day at a restaurant somewhere, like, and having like food. So like I don't watch
romantic restaurant.
Yeah,
that's a quintessential fantastic date.
Yeah, or a milkshake. But like I don't cross it off.
Milkshake and a drive-thru.
I don't cross it off as like, oh, to never go again. So I'm hoping I could get better with the shaking. But I know you said that the Bear is very much centered around a restaurant, and it was part of your interest because you worked at a restaurant.
Yeah, so like working in restaurants and working in bars, you know, it sort of, I mean, I made a conscious choice to do those things, right? Mm-hmm. They weren't out of desperation or anything. So there was a part of me that did okay in that environment.
Yeah.
Because I continued to be in it. But at the same time, as I got older, I think it just became harder for me. And it still is. It's challenging. It's going to be challenging tonight. That's just how it is. But that show is so well done.
Yeah.
The sound design alone. Like I told you, I was rewatching it. And rewatching both seasons.
Is that what you like about it? Because I just remember you saying that you clapped when it was done, and then when I hear other people,
it was absolutely satisfying.
Yeah,
like it was satisfying. It's set up. I hope to Christ, surely it will get its third season because it's a big hit.
But that's what made me want to watch it, is only because you said that when it was done, that I thought, well, if Pale liked it, I want to see what he liked about it. Like
I watched it. I literally stayed up into the morning to watch I binged the entire season. The episodes are short. They're only like 38 minutes, 40 something minutes. I think the longest one came the second season, and it's an episode that takes place in the family home, like a sort of a flashback to their chaotic life that they grew up with. Would you really get a sense of like why the main character is the way that he is?
I like that character development that you couldn't have with just like a movie.
Man. And it had like great cameos. It had Bob Odenkirk, you know, from Better Call Saul. It had Jamie Lee Curtis playing the mom. She was phenomenal in that role. It's the only time she's in the show. John Mulvaney was a guest star on it as well. Anyway, it's I recommend it. I recommend giving it a chance. Yep. The first season might be a little bit much, but you can sort of break it up to, like I said, they're short episodes. You can break it up. You don't have to binge it.
You know, sometimes I like things that are different. I like Swarm, and Swarm was weird.
Yeah, that was a very interesting show.
Swarm was like layers of weird. But so I mean, I'm open to it. And also, like you said, there's not very much really to watch. I think there's like I said with that Kendra show, it just is like screams filler crap. Yeah. There's like a show of Zooey Deschanel eating. Who asked for this?
I know. I saw that advertised. I was like, oh shit.
Okay. Wow. Can you not find any other work? Like, since when are we supposed to care about what celebrities eat? Sorry.
So strange. I think there's probably going to be a lot more of that kind of stuff. Because of the writer's strike, because it doesn't really require a lot of writing, you know?
They should bring back game shows where you could win like a 10-inch, a 20-inch television. But come on down. I would love to host a game show.
Have you ever seen like online some clips of like really old first couple seasons of Wheel of Fortune?
No. That didn't even occur to me.
You should look that up, or I'll send you a link if I find one.
Your links are like something else. The music is like, some of the times I'm like, does this qualify as music?
Hell yeah.
Like, it sounds, and you know what? Now that it's come to me, I remember thinking literally, like with one of the songs that you sent me from like Animals something, I thought, wow, a person that would get sensory overload would really not like this. I like really, because it's like overwhelming. Like, could you imagine like where you're working or like going to a restaurant and they play that you would get the fuck out. You hit earbuds. Like, this is too much.
Oh, that's great. You know, I'm saying, since speaking of sensory upload in that band in particular, they're known like as a psychedelic band. So hearing it under the influence, hearing any of their music under the influence is pretty intense at times. But it also, I think you come to appreciate it from a different place, maybe because of that sort of rewiring that's happening under.
Do you think that music makes experiences like better? Different.
Do I think what?
The music makes like an experience better or like different?
Absolutely.
So you should write me something and like allow me the rights to play it during like a date night, because like I can't play any music. Like I used to do like those movies. I remember when I watched some of them, those old movies, and I'd get up and start going like I start like doing the Charleston.
We're fantastic.
But I'm like, well, because you're saying like psychedelic music, and I'm like, imagine I'm like riding like a dildo and it's like some weird, I don't know why I'm imagining Indian sounds for like psychedelic, but maybe like some chimes, and I'm just like but
finding the rhythm,
but I wouldn't be in any substances. I mean, you could.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
But would that make it? Would it make a difference?
I believe music has the ability to transport us to those altered states of consciousness. You know, I mean, a good song can make you laugh, can make you cry, can make you want to dance, can make you want to.
If you're happy and you know, clap your hands.
What?
It's like a classic song. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it.
Yeah.
The hokey pokey.
Yeah, you don't have to be under the influence, but a lot of people who made some of your favorite music most definitely were. That's just a fact. Like some of the greatest music ever made in the world.
Is this coming from that national anthem show you were watching, and they were like, the guy was high as a kite when he wrote this. It was a pub song, so he was drunk.
Oh, talking about the Star Spangled Banner,
yeah,
based on a drunken British pub song, from the 18th century.
Yeah.
So essentially, it was like, but not so different than what hip hop does. They sampled some music that existed already and put different words to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So well, I know Brian Wilson did.
Should there be an original song for the country? I don't know.
I don't think that's our most pressing issue at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. Because people are so prone to creating completely nonsensical issues online that everyone can get enraged about and cheer for their winning team and it's all a bunch of fucking nonsense in the end. So
that's when you're in the Olympics. Yeah, like it was like, when do you hear that? Football games or whatever. I was just thinking, like, Brian Wilson, I know, like, they did famously do some like psychedelics, I think probably during Pet Sounds, but I just can't imagine. Yes, I just can't imagine. I do love that album, but I can't imagine through the entire productions. This person is horrible to begin with, but like, we're thinking of like, from the Ronettes, Ron Spector.
Oh yeah, Phil Spector with his crazy hair.
Yeah, but like that intense of a production, I think. How could you be so high with like handling so many elements of modern production? Like, it seems so complex.
That's why they usually have like engineers that are sitting at the desk with them. Like someone like Phil Spector, as an example, he was a producer and an engineer, but most of his capacity for that music that he's so famously credited for being the originator of the wall of sound.
Yeah.
That idea was a high idea. Mm-hmm. But like the technicals behind setting it all up and running the cables to the microphones in the empty basement underneath the studio where they created that was all done by people that were probably sober at the time. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think the ideas though can come from a sort of altered stuff.
Have all of your ideas come from that?
I've had some damn good ones though.
Damn good.
And I honestly I talk about this the way that I do because I seriously, and I mean this in all seriousness, I credit it with really saving my life on multiple occasions because of how good it is as a treatment for typically a level of depression or anxiety that is difficult to treat with traditional forms of medication. I really am a big advocate for what it can do in the sense that it can
because you've seen the difference. You felt a difference.
Oh, it's undeniable.
Yeah.
It is undeniable. When you're having it, you can be skeptical, but having the experience, it's akin to getting on a roller coaster, right? You can't get off of it. They're not going to stop to ride for you. So you have the option. Are you going to white knuckle and hold on and be afraid the whole time that it lasts? Or are you going to let go and maybe put your hands up when you're getting to the top of that crest?
Personally, I don't like roller coasters or rides. And actually, once I was on some shady carnival ride where like they swing around on these like swings, like, you know what I'm talking about, where you hold on, but you know what you said about white knuckling it? Literally, because I white knuckled it, it saved my life. Because I think another kid fell off and died. Not during that time, but like there were some shady ass carnivals. But
they're usually run by convicts. Right?
So I'm not a roller coaster person. But so I think it applies to this metaphor because I'm afraid to do it, but I think in the back of my mind, I pay attention to like the studies that come out because they all affirm what you say. And it's all like saying like, this is a beautiful thing for a lot of people that this has been the thing to help their healing and make
It
some
has,
difference.
Yeah, and I hope that it becomes more available to more people if they make the informed decision to want to try it. And that's the key, I think, to all of it, is that education should be possible. You should be able to find out the information without someone scaring the shit out of you about the possibility of, because look, my first time experiencing it, I had friends that I trusted that told me this can be great. This can be a really incredible thing. But I was nervous because I was inundated with all the propaganda that everybody heard. Oh, you're going to lose your mind. You'll never come back. Oh, you'll destroy your chromosomes and blah, blah, blah. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Well, wasn't that someone from like the Grateful Dead or one of those old hippie bands that like went nuts?
Oh, plenty of people have, and plenty of not famous people. Plenty of regular people took it. They had a horrible experience, but they didn't heed precautions and warnings, and they did it in a setting that was completely unsuitable for the experience.
Yeah.
And setting actually makes the biggest difference in the whole experience and what it's like. You got to be around people that you trust to begin with. You have to be in a place that literally makes you feel comforted.
Well, safe. I think some of these tests they do like with doctors, but I know some people it's like in like a native kind of a spiritual practice. And
right.
But I think for myself too, like obviously like with depths of depression, you like to consider like if you haven't tried everything, maybe something can help. But then like what you said about the art, like I'm a little bit curious like what it would bring out of me for artistically. But then also there's been people like that have taken substances like that you've known and their art was not as great as they thought. Like it wouldn't be like
to that point, that's very true. But to that point, it is in fact the difference of the substance itself. And the mindset of the person taking it, because every friend that I've had that's an artist that's taken psychedelics has had their art dramatically evolve in ways that it wouldn't have prior to that experience.
Well, then maybe they should give it to like people at like the modern art because they need it to evolve. I had a feeling.
Are you saying you don't like some of it?
Yeah, because and I that would be my fear is that I convinced myself that doing that shit is good. When previous Stella would be very much aware, like you're just like running around a room naked, screaming like, the government has enslaved us or something, and it's like, what is the point of this? Like, I'm sure to you this was very deep, but put some pants on. And I don't want to become like that different from myself, but I'd like to see what I could be like.
Well, I think stay open to the possibility.
Not as depressed.
Sometime, if it feels right for you, that it's something.
And maybe my sister, because she's very depressed too.
What?
And maybe my sister, because she's very depressed too. Although I almost would rather be myself first, but my sister is more likely to do it, like because my sister's gone bungee jumping with my other sister, and I would never.
No, me either. Not a chance.
Yeah, she was telling me like my mom had all these cookbooks. She's like, I get so upset because she spent her money on this. She's a shrine to Meghan Markle. She's got it's like literally like, what is this? You spent all your money on these books and she's donating them, and she's like, but she ate like crap. She ate these like pot pies because they were on sale, and I was like, I like pot pies. And she's like, oh, and she's like, just she feels guilty for what happened to my mom. She's like, she used to take really hot baths. It was too much like her heart and her hypertension medication she wasn't taking, and I think she's got a lot of guilt run through it. So, and she's a little angry too when she sees like all this Meghan Markle shit. Like you should have.
It's understandable.
This, but she I said to her, I think maybe some comfort in the fact that she had hobbies and she had things that she enjoyed, because if it was me and I died and you were going through my things, and maybe you'd say like, oh, she has all these pantyhose and lingerie and stuff, but it'd be like, yeah, and she really like enjoyed that. She really, enjoy her hobbies with her fashion and her things, and that's a good thing. Like even if you donate them and to someone else or whatever, they served a purpose while I was alive for my hobbies. But I said, and for you though, you like experiences, like you did the bungee jumping, and you know, she likes concerts. Like she really wanted to go to the Taylor Swift concert, but she couldn't get a ticket with the Ticketmaster.
Oh, I bet that was difficult too.
Yeah. But she was always like concerts. She's always like go to like the zoo, good places, and I would rather have like a dress or something. But that's how like she's always been. So I was trying to say that with my mom, that you know that she had her cookbooks and her dolls and stuff, but I think it's a good that she got to enjoy something. You know, try to.
Oh, for sure. I mean, whatever brings joy into life, you know. There's a lot of hardship in life, and I think we have to find the joy where we can, and we have to embrace it and savor it.
Are you going to find any joy tonight?
What?
Are you going to find any joy tonight?
God, you've given me joy.
I mean, working late.
To you has been supremely joyful, and it's going to carry my energy through the rest of the night. And I can't thank you enough for that. Just like the energy of seeing the stuff that you posted, the videos you posted today, when I first had my chance to check in, and that gave me a boost to make it through the next stage. And now this is like rocket fuel for the rest of my night. So thank you for that.
Well,
and see, that's one of the most beautiful aspects of who you are is your ability to spread so much genuine joy and happiness and love to the people around you. So you are appreciated and loved for that. Thank you, Stella.
Yeah, you always say that. Like, if you see this, when you see this, you are loved. You always are like that.
Because I never want you to not have a moment where you don't know that that's the truth.
Oh, well, you take that rocket and you have fun tonight.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. I love you.
Love you, Stella.
I haven't seen Dwight in a while. I don't really turn the volume down because if I take any more call, it would just be for Dwight because Dwight wrote me last week. I wanted to call, you know, he was having a hard time, like he was having a bad day, and I remember I was like, but I don't know, he might have gone to bed or he might not be feeling right because if I don't see him in chat a lot, sometimes he's gone to lay down. But I saw him earlier, but I wanted to leave the line open in case the white is still up. Let me see. I don't think he's written me, but maybe he doesn't want to talk tonight, you know, to me. So, anyway, I love you, Dwight. Can you call me then next week? I should call my sister. Actually, I should also make something to eat, but I'm at that point, you know, when between trips where you don't have much and most of the stuff seems unappetizing, but you don't want to like eat through everything like a Pac-Man until you find the thing that makes you feel satiated. Oh, okay, Dwight. Yeah, it's the. You want to put the number in the chat, guys? It's the 414. I'm holding out for Dwight. What are you eating tonight? That's what I'm trying to think. I'm like, I feel like I have a cheese pizza, but I don't have the energy to clean the stove before I can make the cheese pizza. Hold on. I have. Is this him? Let me see. I might be calling Dwight. I'm trying.
Please leave your message.
Leave your message. Okay, hold on. Try again.
Hello?
Hi. I didn't know if you were still up.
No, I was. I'm still on. I was just. I tried 3 different numbers I have locked in my phone, and all of them just went to a voicemail or something.
Did your day go better than last week? I remember your wallet. Something happened where you thought that you lost it.
That was. Oh my God, that was a nightmare. I thought I had lost it
because you had like a sack for the, just getting your food, your groceries.
I thought I had lost it in the mall, and that's like the worst place to lose your wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a wallet. I would definitely turn it in. Although, where would you turn it? The police? Although, you know what? I found a phone once in a store, and I turned it to a cashier. I was at the 99-cent store, and there was an iPhone or something, and I'm like, oh my God, somebody forgot their phone. And I didn't know if I should call it for them, but I brought it to the cashier. I said, somebody's phone here, so they said that they would return to the person. Because usually a person might go to a store and be like, did anyone bring a phone in?
Yeah.
But I do that. Also, karma. I wouldn't want someone to keep mine. If they found my wallet,
Yeah, I ran to the bank. I canceled my card and everything. Because I said, okay, if somebody finds my wallet and they start running charges on my card, so all they have to do is hit credit and it'll go through.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like people even do that. It's good to even do that periodically, though, for identity theft, because I read on the Frugal forum, somebody had said, hey, you guys, anyone else feel like companies have gotten like more fraudulent, more like shady? I mean, like it's like a new era, or like it's not like it was before. People, they're like seeing whatever they can get away with. People were complaining. Netflix charging even though they canceled.
Because hard times and everybody is hard up for money. It's hard out here.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't mean that you can take advantage of people. And so I think the canceling with cards and stuff is so. Thank you, pal. Is so that just in case somebody's like taking that number somewhere or they're charging it, to be diligent anyway. But it's hard when you have enough to worry about in your life that you have to go to the do that and cancel this.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have to assume, well, if somebody found it, they could be charging that up as we speak, and I don't want to feel like I should have done this.
And that's what was on my mind. I was like, oh shit! I ran down to the car like 2 times, looking under the seats, and I was trying to think, where I was and what I was doing, and you're in the panic mode,
Oh yeah, I've had that happen. I've had that happen with phones that I did leave. I remember like putting something on the shelf at the 99-cent store, and I'm like recording stuff like for you guys, I think, and being like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at my outfit, and then I'm like, ooh, something shiny, and then I forget all of my phone, and then I'm like, fuck, where's my phone? And or like I'd be like my bag, and I go back and there it was, and I'm like, oh, thank God, but the only time I ever had a phone stolen was like my first one. I laid down outside. I had it next to me. I was at the trailer park, and where my mom's boyfriend lived, and there was this girl like my age that was nearby. Hi, and I lay down, like closed my eyes, and she must have tiptoed over, taken it, and left with it. Yeah, but that's the only time I think I've had it stolen, which is shocking because I'm so absent-minded, like of things, leaving things around. But I think most people are good and they would turn things into a lost and found. But I've had my computer stolen by the TSA. Checked it in a bag. Yep.
Laptop?
Yep. Yeah.
By the TSA?
Yeah. They checked my bag, and you know what they did? They took it out, and they ripped the tags off the bag, and they threw it aside. and it ends up in like some other airport, and it's like, damn, people were like, oh yeah, you should know better, like, and never check a bag with a laptop or valuables on it. And so now, like, if I ever would go somewhere, I think I would just take like a carry-on.
I've seen specials where they do undercover investigation at different airports where they find that the baggage handlers were stealing people's luggage and valuables out of their luggage, and that's so yeah, I could see that happening. It has happened in the past. People that actually work at the airport is stealing.
Yeah, they do still. Like,
yeah,
I think that I'm not the only person that's had that happen, but I was naive, exactly. I guess, but I mean, if you wouldn't do it to someone else, sometimes it's like, you have to learn by having it happen to you. Like, yeah, people can do that.
That's just like if you're in a checkout line at a store and someone goes in their pocket and to pull their money out and they drop $100 bill. Now, my instinct would be like, excuse me, sir, ma'am, you dropped some money. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people would not do that. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of people would be like, oh, shit.
I mean.
So it probably, what would you say, 50-50? Some people would say, excuse me, you dropped your money, and in the other half would not. They would try to put their foot on it or something until you walk off.
I almost wonder if it depends on the area, the culture, I don't know. I mean,
that's true.
Because I feel like there's been some places that I've lived that I think it'd be more common. Like, I know my sister had her car window broken into for someone to steal $20.
For $20, they bust out a window, a $500 freaking $1,000 window for $20.
Well, it wasn't like a cheap car. I mean, we're poor in the projects, and
yeah. You ever had a car window replaced?
Yeah. Actually, the front windshield, to the Mercedes, but this was a side window, I think. Maybe.
Okay.
But still,
even if you have a deductible, depending on the policy that you have, mm-hmm. like your insurance policy, it could be from $100 to up to $500 deductible.
But I've been other places where I've dropped things, and if you're like a little girl, would be like, Miss, you dropped this, and it's like, thank you, it's so sweet. And like, I feel like you would do that. I feel like you guys would do that too. Like, if someone in front of you dropped your wallet, be like, you dropped your wallet here, whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, because I would,
But I think there are some places where there's such extreme poverty that people might feel like, well, yeah, maybe they have some. I take a little bit, feed my family. Like, this is the break maybe I need. Like, I don't know. I know that my mom had her wallet stolen at the McDonald's when I was very, very little. We were very, very poor, probably sharing like a French fry. I go crawling off. The wallet's on the table, and someone stole her wallet.
Yeah.
So
it's just a sad situation, the state of mind that some people are in, and some people, like you said, if you're in a real poverty-stricken area, the likelihood of somebody actually saying, excuse me, you dropped your money or you left your wallet is slim to none,
Yeah, I mean, it's not to say that rich people don't steal, though. I just...
yeah, they big time thieves.
Yeah, entitlements. Because it's been poorer places, too, where people will have a little girl be like, oh, you dropped this, or, like, people...
It's like white-collar crime versus blue-collar crime.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of girls that are from wealthy neighborhoods shoplift. Yeah. Like a fun thrill. And I think that's just like blue collar, but it's if there is an entitlement or something. They're like, I want it, you know, my dad won't buy it for me. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you feel violated when people steal from you, and and then you felt like in that moment, imagine how you would have felt if it was confirmed, like if you forgot a card to cancel it.
Because think about it, you know, like, and all your other, like, stuff that you have in your wallet, your driver's license. Now I was thinking, oh God, I got to go to motor vehicle. I got to pay $40 to get a replacement driver's license. And
look what Terry said. A school friend of mine stole money out of my mom's purse, and you just reminded me of something. I think I had a cousin that would steal, but she would say she found it. It like she would steal money, but she'd be like, "Look what I found from my." She's like, "Found? You took that from my purse? I found it in there." Like,
you found it.
Yeah, look what I found. Like, give me that.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I found it in my pocket.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you never know, but I think people that are more, I don't know, a belief in karma or even just a belief in, you know, treat others how you'd like to be treated kind of thing, or like
Right.
general like way of living that, you know, it doesn't, you know, have to be from any set background or whatever. So
Right. Yeah. All walks of life.
And then just in general, I think honesty is usually the best policy. And usually want to be like, you never know, like you know, you wouldn't want to be like, you want to be caught stealing from some old lady's purse. Like, wouldn't you be embarrassed if you know?
Yes, yeah.
So
taking advantage of an old senior citizen is pretty freaking low. That's
yeah, but most people don't.
barrel.
Most people help them up and help them, and you know, there's a few bad apples out there, and that would, but it makes it scary, you know, way to live when you don't know. You know, you don't want to be suspicious of everyone, but you had to be when you were like, damn, I don't want to see my wallet. And
that's why you see all the old folks come out of the house early in the morning. They go to do their grocery shopping, their doctor's appointments early in the morning, and by 12 o'clock they're back in the house.
Yeah.
By midday, 12 o'clock, they're like doors locked back in their house.
Yeah, I think it's good to have some protection, some measure of, you know, like Pale would say, or maybe Terry, maybe a bunch of you, situational awareness. Say, you got to practice that when you're out, Stella. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Being aware of your surroundings.
Yeah.
Your environment, what's going on around you, you know. New Yorkers tend to.
Oh, you're all sex perverts, I hear, on the subway.
Oh yeah. Crowded subway during rush hour.
Ew.
Shit. It's in the summertime.
Probably their shit, literally.
Yeah, in the summertime, those train cars are packed like sardines. The girls, the young and beautiful, they're getting on it on the train, smelling good, fresh, beautiful perfume.
Where is this turning?
So guy, he's like, you know, especially young guy, he gets on the train first thing in the morning. He's horny anyway, so he's riding this like beautiful ass, and he's getting hard on.
What? Wait, what?
Oh,
just from a random woman on a train?
Well, fuck yeah.
Don't you think that's
hey,
like...
Look, I'm born and raised in New York City. I know about that shit. It got so bad, and when I was still in New York working in Manhattan, it got so bad where guys were groping, groping?
Yeah.
On the trains, that they had special unit police started, plainclothes, undercover police riding the train cars, snatching these guys up because they was just getting buck wild with that shit.
Oh my god.
Groping and filling up on women and shit.
Oh my god. I'm trying to imagine the panic attack that would ensue if somebody grabbed me.
Well, yeah, and like I say, the train cars are so fucking crowded till, you know,
be like,
a woman, so you know, she's riding and everybody's kind of, the train car is rocking, and the next thing she knows, she feels this hard fucking thing on her ass, and she's like, what the fuck?
oh my god.
Yeah, it got really bad up there in New York at one time. I actually saw the undercover police pull this one guy off of the train one morning.
Some people behave like animals, but most people don't. Most people be like, cut that shit out. You know, that's somebody's sister, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's wife. Like,
yeah, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. New York is it's a beautiful city. A lot to see, but it's a hardcore fucking place.
Your accent comes out too when you talk about New York. You're like, listen, I'm born and raised. Like, your Jay-Z comes out. Like, I'm in Harlem. Like, go fuck around on the trains. Don't wear perfume. Wear like male repellent perfumes. You don't want that. But what that guy was like, listen, we have all this stuff of sex and none of us are sex perverts. It's like, listen, some of you guys are perverts. But
did you see what
you know, they used to have porn theaters. You would go, I don't know if you get your popcorn, be like, hey, want to go to the movie?
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have DVDs.
42nd Street was the red light district years ago.
Oh, I would love to be.
They eventually cleaned it up. It's no longer like that. But years ago, 42nd Street and Broadway was the red light district. They had all the porn movie theaters.
Deep Throat.
And the peep shows. They had all the peep shows and over there. All of that shit.
Well, I mean,
I made earlier, if you can't find it in New York, it's not on the planet.
All right, I want tranny with 2 dicks.
So freaky shit in New York City.
It's not on the planet.
It's
like a Smurf mask. Like, I don't know. A tattoo with Dolly Parton on your stomach. Can you make it happen? Like, okay. I don't know. But now you're in Virginia, right?
Who, me?
Yes.
No, I lived in Virginia I'm in Delaware. I lived in Virginia for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I worked at Norfolk International Airport, and then I went over to Naval Air Station, Oceana Naval Air Station. I worked there for 8 years.
Oh, look at you. You and Terry would have something in common with the planes.
Yeah. I was in aviation for 20 some odd years.
Wow. My mom was in the Air Force. And
okay, so your mom knew a lot about the aviation.
Yeah, my mom, she wanted to get out of her small town, you know. Like, I guess you being from New York, like, the world, you don't get that feeling growing up. But when you're from like a small place, you're like, we should see the world. So she went to Korea, basic training in Texas. That's how she met my father.
She was all over. That's one thing about the military. You
travel.
You get to see the world pretty much.
Yeah.
When you go in the military.
Well, listen, I should call my sister, but I should make some food. And I think what you guys should do between tonight and tomorrow is bleach out of your brains the image of some weird train boners smelling of homeless piss. Because I don't want that feeling when I'm doing our date, our lovely date tomorrow. We're getting aroused. We're like, remember that dude on the train? No. Eradicate. Clean that out.
said, launder that shit out of your mind.
No, you know what I should do? I should get like a set, or like a, inside of a train, and be like, hey, you want to do nasty right here on this on this filthy bench? I'm smelling the good perfume or whatever it is.
The train is rocking and everybody is freaking rocking over
you want some of this ass on daddy on this train, and then the train has a halt. Hits the wall and dies. Like, well,
we gotta do
no seatbelt.
Before you go, we gotta do this one verse. Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye. You ready?
No, I don't know.
Like a real thing, baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing. No, darling. You ready?
No, I don't know all this. Like, I have to prepare.
It's just that one verse. Ain't nothing like a real thing.
I don't know. Is there a female verse?
Tammy Terrell and Marvin Gaye, their duet they did.
I don't. What's her name? Diana Ross. That ain't no mountain high enough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a classic.
I don't know all the Marvin Gaye. Except I've been really trying.
Father, mother,
Oh.
there's far too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying.
Doesn't this make you want to like hear it playing, and we're on a train and we're holding like the pole, and you're doing it from behind? Keep singing. And every time we're on a train and it's playing, mother, mother, mother. Still are fucked up. I don't even know how you could get wet in that scenario. Like, hear about people behind a dumpster, but like, a dumpster. Like,
people are fucking free. People have all kind of different fetishes.
Yeah, I don't have a dumpster fetish. But
Right.
yes, let's leave that thought. Filthy dumpster sex for tonight.
Hey, look! You got to do on a date night. You got to do the crowded train skit.
Yeah, well, I'll see if I can. If I ever get a chance to rent out a train for a minute, or I'd be like, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's get a dildo or something. Anyway, I love you so much. Thank you for taking my call. Mwah. All right, guys. What a fun night. I know I stayed on longer than I intended, but I thought I was gonna like fall asleep, but I got a little macadamia, a little coffee, and I feel like you've given me the energy to like call my sister, deal with things, and if I can't even tonight, like even like tomorrow, and you make me feel less alone, which you don't know what that means to me. Like, really, like, really helps me keep going. Because like the other night when I was reading the book and I got really sad, and I didn't want to like let you guys know, like I wanted to hold it together and read, but I started getting all these thoughts of my mom, and like, you know, and I came back mentally to a better place after seeing you guys and you caring and being like, I'm here. So I'm almost here, and I love you guys so much, and I look so forward to our date tomorrow. Back to reading Sunday, but we'll be done with this book soon and starting a new book, the one that Dwight got me that I requested, I wanted for so long when I was on pre-order. So that is going to be a lot of fun. So have a fun week ahead, fun day tomorrow. Let me see if I can make some food. Love you.